Morning. It is day 4 of the Contemporary-A-Thon, and I am heading out to go have a coffee date with a friend of mine. So that's going to be really fun. So I'm just going to lock up the house and start walking down. So yeah, I don't know if I'll vlog the coffee date, because I really weird about vlogging in public, but it should be fun. I also went from Twinkle with Love with me in case I get there a little bit early and have some downtime to read. So that's on my TBR for today. But last night I finished Contemporary-A-Thon, which was really good, and I'll talk about more later. Hello, I'm back. It's roughly about 3 o'clock and the coffee date went well. I love hanging out with Amy and we have coffee, we might go to the bookstore, and then we definitely went to Officeworks, which was it's so good. I can't explain. Like, Officeworks is just, and yeah, so that went well. We went for coffee at this cafe called Vivaldi, which is named after the Red Priest of the Baroque period, and just, yeah, oh my god, it was great. We chatted about books and what we've been reading and Contemporary-A-Thon, and just engaging in conversations about books that we've both read together or books that we've read separately, but we're telling each other about it, and it was just a fun couple of hours. I did walk down and walk back, so now my feet are like yelling at me like, why the hell did you decide to not catch a cab and just cab it back to your house? But I saved myself $20, so I'm excited. Currently I am watching Contemporary-A-Thon vlog via Pages and Pens, which is Julie, and I am also doing one other thing, which I'll flip around. Also reading The Odd Ones Out by Nick Stone, and I am very excited because I will actually finished the Contemporary-A-Thon with Don't Date Rosa Santos, but I really want to get this particular one done. I'm on page 83 of 307, so I'm hoping to get at least a couple of pages in today. It is an ebook, which is why it's taking me longer to read than like a physical or audiobook, because I struggle to read ebooks. But that's that. And also, I was very happy because your girl made it on the Instagram. Like, I'm just so happy that it just came up and I was tagged, and just, oh, I feel good. That makes me feel good, and I really do like this picture that I took for my current read, so I'm 137 pages into this as well. Breakfast. Good morning, guys. It's day 5. It's about 9:30, and I'm just having breakfast with my yogurt and my muesli and my juice, and hopefully going to be reading some more of The Odd One Out. So yeah. So I am still in my pajamas because I was not feeling so good this morning, so I slept in probably a little bit too much. But that's alright, I guess, the grand scheme of things. So I'm going to sit down, have breakfast, read a little bit, and then, I don't know, I really want to journal today, so I don't know whether that's going to be my playlist or I'm going to do more work on my Contemporary-A-Thon spread, because I do have an idea of how I want to wrap up that bullet journal spread, and I also need to transfer my Asian readathon spreads into my current reading journal, because those spreads were like really one of my proudest moments. I really want to transfer them into something that I am working on currently. So those are my goals for today. I've also got to probably do some laundry and some cleaning up around the house, but that is my main goals for today. So I'm going to enjoy my breakfast, and I will check in with you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, it's now 3:32 on day 5 Contemporary-A-Thon. Yeah, day 5. And I just want to quickly update you on what I'm doing while I'm updating my Contemporary-A-Thon spread. So, I have just finished reading The Love and Lies of Rashkahala Ali, and it was an experience. It was just an experience. I personally found it confronting at times, just because obviously there is a really big culture difference. Roxana Ali, that's how you say it. Yes, because I'm updating my journal to include that. And anyway, so it was a lot. I personally think, like, the way that book ended, I wouldn't have forgiven my parents that easily, even if they were showing somewhat of an improvement, and apologize, just because what they did to her before, this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler, but anyway, so someone close to Roshana dies, and it's because of their death that her parents sort of are like, look, we were sorry of how we treated you, which was extreme, like, it bordered on child abuse, and just I can't wrap my head, like, I can't form the words. And it's scary that this isn't fiction, like, these situations happen in real life. I don't think that I would have forgiven my parents that easily. That being said, it was a really confronting, but it was a genuinely good book. The writing was good. I do feel that some of the side characters, like Rakshani's friends in Seattle, didn't understand. They just were like, well, why can't you just leave your family and be with Ariana and go to Caltech and just live your life? And that to me just sounded a little bit like, I understand where they were coming from, but at the same time, it's not that easy. And yeah, it was just a really confronting but really good book, and I'd highly recommend it. And then I will say that there is trigger warning, border on abuse, homophobia, and then death of LGBTQIA persons. And there was discussions there, and I really did like it, and I'm happy that I read it. And thanks to Ajid from Books of My Social Life, because I found that book through him. So he's who I'm shouting out. And now I'm just updating my spread. I don't have any idea of how I'm going to do the wrap-up spread for this, but I do have a feeling that it's going to be probably something to do with contemporary. So the only book I have got left to read is The Odd One Out by Nick Stone. Now, I am currently 42% of the way through that book, so if I get that done, then that'll be good. I also am trying to focus between that and From Twinkle with Love. I think I can read some more of From Twinkle with Love tonight, because I need to get away from screens for a bit, since I've read everything on a screen, and tried to finish that book up, because that book was one of the more interesting ones on my TBR. But The Odd One's Out, it's kind of getting to that point that I want it to get to, but at the same time, it's took so long for us to get here that I think the rest of the book is just going to speed by. So that is my update for day 5. I will update you when I've got more to say, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next clip. Bye! Morning, afternoon, hi. Just a quick reading update. I am 250 pages into Odd One Out by Nick Stone, and I have some thoughts, but I need to finish the book before I make judgment on those thoughts, because right now I'm really pissed off, because this sort of thing that's happening could be very easily fixed, or very easily written in another way, and it's pissing me off. But I'll tell you more about that later. Bye. Hi, so for tonight, and that is, I've read 207 pages of The Odd One Out by Nick Stone. I've been chipping carefully away at that throughout the readathon, and I'm finding that I'm enjoying it, but I have some issues, like the way that it's like formatted almost, with Courtney being the first third, Ray being the second third perspective, and then Jupe being the last third. I maybe think that it would have worked better if we had individual perspective throughout, like mixed, like it's not all Courtney, then all Ray, then Jupiter, because like the whiplash that I got from the switching of perspectives was just like, what? But other than that, it's teenagers being teenagers, experiencing their sexuality, experimenting with a little background mystery that's like thrown in there. But I'm just enjoying it. It's an easy read, and a lot of the books that I've been reading are very dark, and so just teenagers being teenagers and dealing with teenage drama, it's a welcome relief. So I'll update you tomorrow. Guys, welcome back to my vlog. It's the last day of Contemporary-A-Thon in Australia, which means that it's time for another update, because the last time I updated you guys, I think I was on page 207 of Odd Ones Out. I've now finished Odd Ones Out by Nick Stone. I enjoyed it for the most part. I will say that it's just teenagers being teenagers with a slice of mystery and exploring their sexuality and self-discovery. It centers around a tight-knit group of friends, and that's pretty much it, really. Like, I did find that sometimes it was just a tad bit dramatic, but for the most part I really enjoyed it, and especially given all the dark contemporaries that unknowingly I read this week. Just teenagers being teenagers in a light story was refreshing for me. So that completes that challenge and that challenge. I'm giving it a solid 3. It wasn't bad. It wasn't particularly life-changing. It was just a solid story, and if you want to read a story about bisexual teens on self-discovery, and that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend it. Just, for me, it was a nice story, and it was an incredibly good one, but it was nothing that I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. So I'm giving it a 3, but other people may be interested. I also have done my wrap-up spread, which is a phone playlist of all the reads I've done for Contemporary-A-Thon. So I've updated that, and now the only book I have got left on my TBR, if I get it done today, is From Twinkle with Love. I don't know if I'm going to get that done, but at this point I've completed Contemporary-A-Thon and I'm happy with it. So I'll let you know in the next update what I'm doing, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya. Hi, so it is currently 8:52 p.m. on day 7 of the readathon, and I'm just going to do a little wrap up because this vlog is probably long enough already. And yeah, so today I finished From Twinkle with Love. So all the books on my TBR are done. I completed the readathon. I'm so happy that I managed to finish all 7. I honestly don't know how I managed to finish all 7 books within the space of a week. That's just an accomplishment on me. Yeah, so I'm really happy about that, and I'm really proud of myself. So I'm just going to go through the books and just give my ratings briefly on them. So the top 3 that I rated like 5 stars is Gangster Volume 8, which was for the challenge to read a dark contemporary, and Gangster Volume 7 respectively, which was for the same challenge. I love the Gangster series. We all know this. If you've been around on my channel long enough, you know that I love Gangster, and that it's one of my favourite manga series of all time, and this volume was no different. But oh my heart, my poor heart. Another 5 out of 5 stars was Don't Date Rosa Santos. This one was just unbelievably cute. It talked about a lot of experiences that was not part of me, but I very much liked learning about the culture, and just the story was so sweet, and it wasn't all focused on the romance. There was like a lot of family themes that I really enjoyed, and some of them that I sort of related to. Then we have some of the other ones that I want to mention. I'm going to leave the like lower rated ones for like last. So then we had my second like my 4-star read, which was The Love and Lies of Rashana Ali. And this one was interesting because I had no idea what to expect going into it. It was pitched as this like family having to deal with the fact that their daughter is a lesbian and how that comes to odds with their faith. Oh, did that get dark? That got really, really dark. Like the first probably 15% of it was just as I expected, but after they find Rashana kissing her girlfriend, it got so very dark and so very, like, I'm going to put trigger warnings on the screen here because I can't speak, but it was like very, very dark. And just, I needed therapy after that book. That just went to some dark places. And I believe, like, I reasonably think that the ending to that was a little bit forced, considering that from what Rashana was put through, I personally would have not forgiven my family for that so quickly, but we'll see. Then we had The Odd One Out, which was teenagers being teenagers with a slice of mystery, and it's like discovering their sexuality, and that was a really fun book to read after all the darkness because it was just a messy love triangle with some mystery, and girl, I'm here for it. So I gave that a 3 stars. It was on the more enjoyable end of 3 stars. Like, I really, really enjoyed it, but there's some points where the characters were just frustrating me to no end, and I was just screaming, like, either do your research or communicate with each other because you're pissing me off. It was good. And then finally, I believe we have Midnight Mass, which was not on my official TBR. It was just like a bonus book that I completed because it was really, really short. It was pretty smart. That's all you need to know. It was about a priest who had left the church and his wife Poppy, and the smart. It was a good book to start off the readathon because it was really, really short, so it gave me the confidence to finish. But it was really, really fun. Yet again, 3 stars. Nothing particularly special, but the smut was good, so I'm happy with that. And that's the end of my Contemporary-A-Thon vlog. I would do this again next year or whenever the round wants to start again. Also, I wanted to mention specifically that because I am very, very extra and decide to watch nothing but contemporary shows, that I've watched Chesapeake Shores season 4 or season 5. I can't remember what season we're up to at this point. But god damn it, it's just a good show. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's really, really good. I love family saga drama. It was so good. And now I am just watching a bit of Golden Girls because it's on Stan, and just I can't explain my watching taste to you people, but it's just a good show. Like, I like to watch these older and newer contemporary shows because they're so good. They're so good and they're so quotable. God damn it. But yeah, so I've been watching a lot of contemporary shows along with reading a lot of contemporary books, and it's just been a fun week. So I'll see you guys in the next readathon reading vlog video, and I will hope that you have a lovely day or night wherever you are and have a fabulous time. Bye!